Hi there.
Hi. Hello. Started at 8, so usually they have pottery color.
What are you asking on your CDs here?
$1.
Dollar?
Oh no, the CDs are 50 cents.
50 cents? Okay, thank you.
Not blue in that color in my kitchen. I've had to wear one of those ones. They're not very comfortable. No. All the boots, yeah, there's all good in that. Especially when you have a younger daughter. I was like, get off that. What's in your mouth?
Alright, so I paid $15 for all this stuff. Got a pretty good deal, I think, on this. It's the Odyssey hiking bag. I'm going to look this up. I think it's worth a pretty good amount of money. Then there's some clothes. Most of these are Express shirts. I've been doing pretty good with Express, so see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Hello.
Hi there.
Since we found another box of mine, it's $5 this fall. I recommend you have that conversation.
Well, I told her, I said, 5 for the 4. Okay, and I said, $1 for that. She goes, oh.
No, I didn't. I wanted to give this 5 or 2 the video.
You know, that's where her edge is coming from.
Probably.
You are fulfilling her edge.
Hello, Mom.
She sees all these photos and everything.
Hey there, what's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you coming by. We're here Saturday evening, and it looks like it's going to storm again. We had some rain. It's finally cooling things down, even though it is 89 degrees outside with a nice cool breeze. In the storage unit, it's 92 degrees. So hopefully with that door open, it's going to cool things off in here, and we're going to get started. So I did do some yard selling this morning, and found some pretty good items. I found one item that's a pretty darn good one. So I'll make sure to show you guys that, but let's get into it. I spent about $30, and I'm thinking with my total gross sales, ballparking it here, I bet I got $250 to $300 worth of estimated gross sales off that $30 purchase. So let me show you what I picked up. Okay, we'll kind of work through this here. It kind of looks like a pile of stuff here, but finally, I went to like 3 or 4 sales, and finally I found something to buy at one of these other sales here. But this, I don't buy CDs very often, really at all. Let me fix this one here. Whoopsie daisy. So, and if I am buying CDs, I try to buy really popular artists, like if it was, classic rock or alternative stuff, that kind of thing. But I saw these were like all in really good condition, and she had a lot of like Elvis Presley. There was some Garth Brooks, some Rod Stewart, and I saw this Elton John one I went ahead and picked up. She was asking 50 cents a piece for these. So what I'm going to do, obviously, I'm going to lot up all the Elvis Presley together, the Garth Brooks together, the Rod Stewarts together, and I'll sell this one separately. I'll look up some sold comps on this. They're not going to go for a ton of money. But I had $6 worth here, and I asked her if she would take 5, and she said yes. So I got all these CDs for $5. And I think each lot, besides the one by himself, is probably at least $10. So I'm thinking about $30 on this, maybe, or so. That might be on the high end for these CDs. And like I said, they're all like in really good condition. So not too shabby here. So that's not too bad. But CDs, I mean, unless it's like the first Taylor Swift one is going real good, there's certain CDs that sell well just by themselves. But usually if I'm going to buy some CDs, I'm going to sell them in a lot, of like 5 CDs or more. All right, this sale here, along with these hunting rifle cases, I spent a total of $10. I got these for $2 each, and there's vintage looking hunting rifle bags. And I'll have to look up the brand names on them. This one here is a Redhead, and this one, vintage Redhead, rifle bags like this can sell for over $20, $25, something like that. If there's a Buckman or a Buchman, I forgot how it was said, but if it's a good brand, some of these can sell for like $70 each. So I'm thinking I'll look up the brands on them, depending on what they are. If they're unbranded, I'll lot them together. A redhead one I'm going to sell separately. But at $2 each, I probably have $20. I would say probably $20 to $60 worth of cases here. And I mean, I could be way off on that. I might only get $40 for them all. Who knows? But I haven't really bought these before. Besides, I sold a Cabela's one way back when, but it wasn't vintage. So this is my first time picking up stuff like this. But they do have a market on them, so we'll see what happens. Then this last sale was the kind of the good one. I ended up spending $15. Got a couple of Anheuser-Busch hats. These are probably from the local brewery in St. Louis, but there's 50 cents each. And this would be a multiple listing item. So it's pretty nice where I can just take a picture of one item, but I have a quantity of two. So I get to do one listing, but sell two items. So that'll be nice. Maybe $10 for this is what I'm thinking. $8 to $10 range. Not too much, but for 50 cents each, why not? Then they had some clothes. This is just kind of like, I kind of call this stuff my bread and butter stuff. So this is a Milwaukee Ultra beer sweatshirt. Only wanted $1 for them. There was some pretty good prices on this stuff. Magellan, I've said before, they don't sell super fast, but I sell every Magellan shirt that I ever buy. It's like a fishing shirt. It looks like it has some lobsters on it or something. Kind of a nice little shirt. And then they had a bunch of these Express shirts. They're kind of like a silky kind of material, but then they kind of were like some were like a kind of Hawaiian look or like a color block look. But I figured these might go good on Depop. Younger generation, they're kind of buying these clothes, the kind of the vintage look, the different colors, that kind of stuff. So they had a few of those. Nice material. But I see these colors. These colors are kind of wacky, kind of out there. People are looking to buy vintage looking or different, not everyday stuff. So pick these up for $1 each. That's not bad. All right, so here's a big guy here. Let me move this stuff real quick. So these hiking backpacks. If you ever see these, pick them up. Especially there's a brand Osprey, if I'm saying that correctly, does really good. But this one looks like an Odyssey here, and then I see there's Millet name. So I don't know if that's the brand or if this is like a company name, or if Odyssey. I think Odyssey is the company name. But I looked up an Odyssey bag, and like one sold for like $99 recently. But these are like the big, tall bags. This one, look, it even got, dang it, my light. This one's even got like the different pouch and everything with it. But it's got like a hard backing to it, so you could stack a bunch of stuff into it and everything. But, so what it was with this, I originally asked the guy what he wanted for this, and he said, $10 for it, which already is a pretty decent deal, but I had not looked it up yet, and I wasn't really sure what it was worth. And then for all these clothes and the hats, it was a total of $8. So I said, we had a total of $8, and I said, you wanted the bag, $10 on the bag, that's $18. And I said, would you mind dropping it to $15? Would you do $15 on everything and just knock off $3? He thought about it for a second. He said, yes. So basically, I don't know how you look at it. I still paid $10 for this and got 3 shirts for free. I don't know how you want to figure it out, but ended up getting a pretty good deal. So $15 for the hats, the backpack, and all the clothes. So, but like I said, this one I'm expecting on the low end $50 and on the high end $100. Would be cool if it's more. So we'll see what happens. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. So I'm not going to pull any orders right now because it's Saturday. And I'll pull the weekend orders tomorrow evening. I'll get back here tomorrow night. And I'll show you guys what I sold over the weekend. I do have some pretty good sales going out. So we'll get that packaged up tomorrow night. But I'm going to get busy. Got to get my listing done and get my pictures taken. We're going to get on out of here. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, we're here. We're back here on Sunday. And thanks for sticking with me. I got a bunch of orders to pull out. So we got a whole cardboard sheet here full. I have a total of 10 orders going out this weekend. So let's get busy. I have 1 on Depop, 1 on Mercari, and 8 on eBay. So my total gross sales are $181, and my cost of goods into these items are about $22. So let's go ahead and get pulling. So the first one, we got some women's shorts coming out of W. All right, this is that Mosimo brand. And actually, I've bought this. I think this might be my 3rd pair, and I think I've sold all 3 of them. It's kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a high-end brand, but they sell, so can't blame me there. I got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $7 plus shipping on Depop. Next, we got the Macari order out of A. It is a t-shirt from the company Baseballism. And it's nothing fancy. On the front of the shirt, it says 6 plus 4 plus 3 equals 2. And that's a baseball reference, if you don't know what that means. But it's that baseballism, like I said. 6, 4, 3 is when you have a runner on. There's a runner on first, and you end up getting a double play in baseball where they hit a ground ball or whatever, and it goes to the shortstop to second to first base. It's a double play. So 6, the position is 6, and then the next position is 4, and then 3, and then you end up getting 2 outs. So there you go. 6, 4, 3 equals 2. So anyway, this I got this at Goodwill for about $1. I think I got it at Goodwill. I think I got it at Goodwill for a little over $1. And this sold for $7 plus shipping. Let's move on to eBay. Sold these Kyrie Irving shoes, and I figured they would sell. Took a little bit longer than I thought they would, but these are nice shoes. I got these at a yard sale for $5. They're really nice shape. These sold for $20 plus shipping on eBay. Next, we have some Ralph Lauren shorts out of T. Oh yeah, it's over here. Some pink Ralph Lauren sport shorts. Sorry if it seems a little dark in here. My light's going strong, but I know it's going to go dead in a little bit. But so we got Ralph Lauren sport, some pink shorts. I got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $11 plus shipping. Next, we got some Under Armour shorts out of F. Okay, these are some Under Armour. They're kind of like golf khaki shorts. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $14.99 plus shipping. I sold that massager. I don't remember how much I paid for this. It was from a video about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Was it $10? Or did she say 15? I don't remember. I think it was 10. But this is this Head Mall massager, one of those electronics massagers. Got this at a yard sale. I think I paid $10 for them. But this sold for $20 plus shipping. Maybe it was $5. I don't remember. Then we got a video game, Lethal Enforcer. Who remembers that game? This takes me back to when I was a kid. This is on Sega. Because I remember the guy voice when he started the game. It was Lethal Enforcer. Remember that?
Lethal Enforcer.
Remember that? So this was a cool game. It was a cool arcade game when I used to play back in the day. But this was from my buddy's collection. I don't know. I don't really have anything into this. We're splitting the profits. This sold for $8.99 plus shipping. Got a New York Yankees watch. Picked this up at a yard sale for super cheap. It was on a bundle deal. But with watches, I don't really take the time to buy the battery and see if it works. I list it as needs battery, untested. But I picked this up at a yard sale for super cheap. I think I'm into this for $1 or less, but this sold for $5.67 plus shipping. Then I've got a hat out of P, and I think it was a new one. Yeah, it's from the Caterpillar company, Cat. Got this at a yard sale for $1. This is a new hat. This sold for $12 plus shipping. Then the big one, I sold that typewriter, guys. These old vintage typewriters, look out for them. Glad it sold because it gives me a little bit extra room on my top shelf here. Oh, it's freaking heavy too. This is that, oh man, Smith and Corona typewriter. I'm not going to take it out of here. You're just going to have to look at the picture. Got this at an online auction a long time ago. I think I was into this for $5 or less. I got it super cheap. But this sold for $75 plus shipping. those old vintage typewriters. Look out for them. They're kind of a pain in the butt to ship, but if you get them cheap, they sell for good money. All right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I really appreciate you coming by the channel again. As always, did pretty good at the yard sales, and I'm going to still keep it up, so I'll probably be back at it this coming weekend. Had a good sales weekend too, guys. Just keep chugging away, man. If you're wanting to do this like I am, you got to be listing every day. And you have some slow days. I had a slow week, but it picked up this weekend, so I'm pretty happy with that. But thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. That really does help me out a lot. I would really appreciate that. So enjoy the rest of the week. Have a good one, y'all, and we will see you guys next time.